Are you tired of losing every game of Magic Chess? If your answer is yes, then stay tuned to hear how you can possibly win at Magic Chess. I say possibly because it basically relies on RNG and your knowledge of different synergies. Hello and welcome, fellow commanders. General James Konovich here, and today I will guide you on how to win Magic Chess with these simple to follow tips. Tip number 1. Whenever you reach 10 or 20 gold, try to keep it that way as much as possible. You want to win at Magic Chess? You need heroes. Where do you get your heroes? By buying them in the shop with gold. Where do you get gold? By playing the game. Don't just spend your money on just keep recycling the shop for different heroes. Save it for leveling up. And here's a cool tip. If you want to level up at the same time having some interest, here's this cool tip that you need to know. It's called math. It's the ancient strategy that this chess game hasn't heard of yet. If you use math, you can possibly win the game. How to do this? Well, as you can see, I'm currently 8 gold away from leveling up, and my current gold count is 35. So if you apply basic math, where I currently have 8 gold and just look at this. Why no one clicked on this video just to get a simple math lesson out? Basically just add 20 gold to whatever gold you need to level up. 20 or 10, whatever interest you want, just add it to level up. Like why did I make this bit? Why did I make this boring math bit? Anyway, that's literally just it. Anyway, on to tip number 2. Stick to level 7 or 8. Getting your heroes up to 3 stars isn't that easy, but if you stick at the right commander level, you might be able to get the heroes you need to level up your heroes. Granted, the lower cost heroes might have a bad drop rate at this point, but in higher levels, it's sometimes worth it. If you want to stick at level 7, but at the same time have a different hero on the board to trigger a different synergy, then you need the capacity crystal, or whatever it's called, and this is a great transition to my next tip. Tip number 3. Losing isn't always that bad. You might think that, oh, this is a useless tip because I want to win every game and I want to get 100%, blah 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 blah. Well, sadly for you, this is a chess game, and this is different from the other original chess games at the time. Magic Chess has this thing called a fate box. It is essentially a giveaway round where you get free heroes, a few items, or maybe synergy crystals. The person with the lowest health always picks first. This can be really crucial as this can either make or break your game. Being able to pick first is the most strategic thing you can do, so that you can pick everything, not everything, just one of the things you might need for your heroes in your lineup. There's some disadvantages as well if you're the one to pick last, because most likely you will pick the heroes. A bonus tip for those people who are playing with their friends, if you know that someone has a lineup that needs the capacity crystal, then what you can do is get lower than his health on purpose, grab that capacity crystal, and bonus points if you get eliminated with it, because nothing is more annoying than the capacity crystal just away from its existence from the commander that is about to die. I'm looking at you, And speaking of fate box, tip number 4. Some general tips on what to pick in the fate box. As mentioned earlier, there were 3 things in the fate box, which were heroes, items, and synergy crystals. Now, if you want to get the items, you have to make sure that these items fit well with your lineup. If you're doing mages, then why would you grab a physical item, a physical attack item? It's really dumb. Don't do that. Don't be an idiot sandwich. Another thing is, if you really need an item and it doesn't fit, then try to get the ones that like either increase attack speed or give extra health, or give you some magic or physical resist. A cool tip you can do is at the corner of the fate box, and there's a magnifying glass there and some sort of paper. If you click on it, there will be like a small description on top of the items. Not just the items, but the synergy crystals will also have text, and the heroes on the bottom will have will display their roles and factions. If you want to get your if you really want to get your synergy up and rolling, like if you need a 6 synergy and the last hero you need is a 5 cost hero, which is really rare. The 5 cost heroes are really rare to get sometimes. So what you can do is try to get the synergy crystals to have your synergy activated sooner rather than later, which could really be a game changer. And for the heroes, if you really want to activate a certain synergy as soon as possible and doesn't have a synergy crystal of its own, for example the Northern Veil or the Summoner synergy, then you can feel free to grab the heroes if you really need them to win with that certain synergy, but I don't highly recommend it. You can either get heroes when you need them, or if you have no other choice, if you're that person that's picking last. And finally, tip number 5, learn to adapt. There are endless amounts of lineups or synergies you can do in Magic Chess, but if you're able to adapt to your current situation, then your chances of winning will go slightly higher. If the enemy is building Mage, then try to build the Monastery of Light, as this can counter Mage lineups. If the enemy is having Guardians, then try to get the Abyss or Mage synergies. The Abyss was recently buffed, so instead of like a fixed physical defense reduction, it's a percentage based physical reduction, which is really better. And for mages, I mean, Guardians only have extra physical defense but no magic defense, so build mages if you can. If the enemy has lot, and here's one thing that's sometimes bothering, like no matter what synergy you have, if the enemy has a lot of crowd control, then make sure to counter them with your own crowd control, but you must be the first one to control them. Otherwise, they will control you a lot and you will lose that round. I suggest picking heroes that have AoE crowd control like Gatot, Kacha, or Minotaur, and giving them mana items like the Magic Talisman or the Demon Boots, or also known as the Mana Boots. Problem is the boots are in the early game, which you really need to pick your boots wisely. Overall, these aren't game-winning tips that if you follow them, you instantly win, but these tips just help you factor in your victory in Magic Chess. Also, victory doesn't mean just first place. Just getting eliminated at 4th place is good enough, because it can give you a bit of points for ranking, but it's still a win in my book. But if you really want to get higher rank, then try to get at least 2nd place or 3rd place, I guess. Any place above 4th is winning, basically. So yeah, that's all for this video. Hope you learned something from this. I guess this is just a small tip video for those people just starting out on chess. Even though I'm not a higher ranking chess player, I just really enjoy playing this game for fun and all that. So that's all for this video. Don't forget to leave a comment for if I ever messed up a tip or if I missed something, just tell me in the comments below. Don't forget to turn on notifications to be notified of the next General James Kanovich video. Until then, that's all my fellow commanders. General James signing out.